Okay, let's dive right in. Preserving an ancient tradition definitely doesn't mean we have to stay stuck in the past. Today, we're doing an explainer on the story of Studio Rama. It's a brand that absolutely proves handloom heritage can be, well, thoughtfully reinterpreted into modern, elegant luxury. We're going to break down exactly how a deep, personal passion for textiles evolved into a structured mission to actually sustain entire artisan ecosystems. And we'll look at it all through the lens of their really unique brand philosophy. So here's a thought. What if the clothes we wear were more than just fabric? Think about your own wardrobe for a second. We so often look at garments purely as utilitarian items, right? Just things to get us through the day, or maybe as fleeting, kind of disposable fashion statements. But the source material we're analyzing today challenges us to completely rethink that relationship. It introduces a really profound emotional core to how a brand is built, suggesting that what we choose to drape ourselves in can actually carry a deep, lasting significance. Listen to this quote. At Studio Rama, textiles are not merely materials, they are expressions of memory, emotion, and enduring legacy. Let that sink in for a moment. We aren't just talking about clothing or raw manufacturing here. No, we're talking about art. We're talking about personal history woven literally directly into threads. The entire foundation of this brand is built on the idea that these textiles are physical manifestations of memory. And that enduring legacy, well, it begins in a very specific, deeply personal place. The text paints this vivid picture of a childhood just steeped in these remarkable textures. Imagine growing up in a traditional Chennai home, completely immersed in the vibrant world of madras checks. From a very early age, moments spent embroidering and stitching cultivated this deep, deep appreciation for the art of creation. This wasn't some business strategy cooked up in a boardroom. It was a lifelong connection with textiles that was personal and cultivated right at home. So how does that personal passion actually evolve into a dedicated mission? It's like a puzzle coming together. It started with those early Chennai memories, sure, but then it expanded through active exposure to India's rich handloom traditions. We're talking visiting exhibitions, engaging directly with weavers in places like Pachampali, and even as the founder pursued a more conventional education, the internal drive was always clear: to create, design, and preserve. That profound respect for heritage craftsmanship led to the founding of a modest atelier known as Shrishti, which eventually, you guessed it, evolved into the brand Studio Rama as we know it today. Moving on to the next section, the essence of Studio Rama and defining quiet luxury. So how does that childhood affinity translate into a tangible, finished garment that you or I could actually wear? Well, every single Studio Rama creation rests on three highly intentional pillars. First up, they are handcrafted with purpose. Absolutely nothing is arbitrary, every single stitch has a reason. Second, they're deeply rooted in traditional weaving techniques. And third, they are designed as limited, one-of-a-kind pieces. They celebrate Indian handloom heritage in its absolute most refined form. They aren't trying to modernize the technique out of existence, right? Instead, they're relying entirely on the heritage of the loom. And all of this careful craftsmanship culminates in a very specific aesthetic philosophy: quiet luxury. That's elegance defined by authenticity, craftsmanship, and understated sophistication. This is absolutely crucial to understanding the brand's DNA. Quiet luxury deliberately avoids those flashy, loud trends. It doesn't need giant logos to be noticed. The elegance comes entirely from the fact that it's authentically made and expertly crafted. It's this subtle sophistication that just speaks for itself. Now, you might be wondering, who exactly is this for? Well, it's created for the modern Indian woman. The source material emphasizes this delicate balance, designed for someone who deeply values her heritage, but is also enthusiastically embracing the future. Every garment is carefully engineered to reflect this exact duality. It's timeless, yet completely contemporary. It's subtle, yet incredibly powerful. It really bridges that gap between preserving the past and stepping confidently into the modern world. Which brings us to our next section, vision and mission, focusing on preserving the ecosystem. It's one thing to make beautiful clothes, but Studio Rama has a much grander structural goal. Let's walk through the strategic steps they take to ensure these weaver communities actually survive and thrive. Step 1 is the foundation. Create exquisite, traditionally rooted garments. Step 2 is where the ecosystem is sustained, actively supporting the artisan communities themselves. Because think about it, without the weavers, the art form simply disappears. And finally, step 3 takes this local effort to the world stage. It's about elevating India's textile heritage globally, offering heirloom quality pieces that transcend seasonal trends, all while upholding strict values of integrity and timeless design. And now for our final section, the Studio Rama promise, looking beyond seasonal trends. This right here is a definitive, powerful declaration of what the brand absolutely refuses to compromise on. On one hand, you have the fast fashion norm, right? Follow trends, mass produce. Well, Studio Rama explicitly rejects this. Instead, their promise is to create limited edition, heirloom quality pieces. They intentionally create garments that are meant to be experienced, cherished, and ultimately passed on to the next generation. It's a total rejection of that disposable clothing culture we see so often in favor of lasting, real value. To really summarize the entire thesis of the brand, every drape carries a story of heritage, craftsmanship, and quiet luxury. Wearing these pieces isn't just about throwing on a garment for the day, it means physically wearing and experiencing a cherished narrative in every single thread. It's this profound commitment to the artisan, offering refined craftsmanship that honors tradition with every single piece that touches the wearer. Quiet luxury. When we view textiles as true expressions of emotion and enduring legacy, well, we kind of have to look inward at the items we choose to keep close to us. Does your own wardrobe hold this kind of enduring legacy? Do the clothes you wear tell a story of authenticity, deep heritage, and craft? It's a fascinating lens through which to view not just fashion, but the very fabric of our lives. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope it sparks a new appreciation for the quiet luxury all around us.